2 or 3 points, we're moving very, very slow. We get moments of volatility, probably due to some conversations with some Fed governors, maybe. The fundamentals are not really moving us that much, and again, this is probably due to the fact that we are in the month of December. Tomorrow, unemployment's not going to be till next week, so we shall see when that comes out. If that's going to give us, that's probably going to be our last attempt to get some volatility into this market, if we get any at all. So going to have to, see what happens. And after that, there'll be a couple numbers coming out. But again, the month of December historically been slow as we quickly rotate down here. Historically been slow, so just keep that in mind. All right, we are slowly coming down here. Got a little support here at the 60 area. Again, we're scalping. We're looking for opportunities to take advantage of the flows of the market. We don't expect. We don't think the markets go straight up or straight down. Consequently, we're looking for those areas of divergence where we can take a little bit of an advantage of those opportunities. Again, we're keeping it small. Our risk tolerance is not that big. The volatility is not that great. Consequently, we just are picking your spots and being patient. We will get some business sooner or later. It will happen. It's just a matter of being patient and waiting for the market to give us those opportunities. Now, we could be here for a while, and until the market kind of shakes itself out and figures out, which way, how, where, when it wants to go, and then we'll make another move one way or the other. But until that time, let's be patient. As you can see here, we are stuck in this range pretty much since last Wednesday. So in a tight little range. Yesterday we had a little volatility, had a little break off those highs, almost got up to that 4,600 level, just short of it, and then came off. And then we had to work our lower levels. I think our 60 number we had yesterday was 62, and then we got down to, or 63, got down to 62. So it was, if you traded late in the afternoon, again, we focus more on the morning hours to give us our opportunities here. We feel the dynamics in the morning work well. Definitely dynamics change as the day goes on. And we kind of like to, the methodology here is focus more on the morning hours to give us those opportunities. I think the dynamics do change as the day goes on. The number of traders change, the people who are trading, the volatility switch. There's not that much volatility. I mean, depending on, especially these days when there's nothing going on, people do take off. And it's just the nature of the beast for the time being. All righty. All right, we rotate back down here to these lows. We're looking at the 60 area. Let's see if we have any numbers coming out this morning. 8:45. So in about 11 minutes, we have Chicago PMI coming out. So let's be mindful and careful of that. And we drift quickly down here to 175 and pop back up. So Chicago PMI coming out here at 8:45, and then pending home sales coming out here at 9 o'clock. So be careful here. We don't like to have positions on when numbers are released. So consequently, be a little bit careful here if you're going to trade around that 8:45 number. You never know what kind of volatility these numbers bring into the market. So let's be on the safer side, which is what we try to be. Be a little bit careful. All right, the bar closed here, so if you're in here at 61, a little bit more. That'll be a little bit aggressive. We are just slowly hanging here on these lows. Bonds changed to the March contract probably a couple days ago. Probably last week. I didn't notice it till yesterday. We don't trade bonds actively here, so. All right, we're coming down here to the 60 area now. Again, if you didn't take the 61 because of the bar closing, I get it. I'm looking at 60 and then see what happens here below. And yeah, so the bonds did change to the March contract, which is good and bad because, you know, it means that spring is close by. That's how I look at it. March starts trading, spring is around the corner, even though winter hardly started, especially since you live in Chicago. You know, you always got to look forward to the little warmer temperatures here. Of course, we get down to 60 and a quarter here. So kind of annoying. We'll see if it comes to retests here or not. Very annoying sometimes when we're just that much off, literally a tick off. It's kind of a shame. Well, if you did take the 61, you're getting paid off. And if you didn't, it's fine. You're looking at 60 here. Again, I missed it by a tick, so be a little bit careful if you are going to take it. You know, made it smaller, and it literally got down to 60 and a quarter. And then pop back up. We've been kind of, that's the way it's been lately. Again, if you didn't take, if you stayed in with 61, you did good here. And for those of you who are not, we are scaling around our level, right? So I like to scale a point above and below, and then the level, and so 61, 60, 59, and anywhere in that range. But again, we have to, you know, then look at the market price action and then determine whether you want to adjust those or not. And if some of you are more risk averse, you maybe took off the 61, but it did work out. You just never know, and that's why you always keep your stops in place. We do like the levels, and if you've been with us for a while, I know you know, we know that the levels kind of hopefully work for us. And we're still on the same bar here, but we do have a number coming out here in about 7 minutes. So if you're going to take a position on, you know, be a little bit careful. We don't like to have positions on when numbers are released. So and then when the number and the level come right around it, you know, be a little bit careful. All right, well, we got down to 60 and a quarter here. Now we're kind of floating back down. All right, well, now we got the 60 and the 59 here. Just make sure you keep your stop in place. You know, see what happens. And stops keeps, make sure we keep your stop in place so that way we are not going to get caught up in anything. Okay, working this 60 area here. Down to 7 and a quarter there. All right, now we're going to go back down here. A little pressure on the market. Again, make sure you keep your stop in place. That's all we can do. And there's a number coming out here in about 5 minutes. So we'll deal with this number as well as the market continues to downtick here a little bit. I mean, you never know. They could have snuck in the, fact that they maybe they know what the number is. Who knows? Chicago PMI does come out a little bit beforehand. So be a little bit thankful here as we kind of missed the entry point by just a tick on the original rotation to 60. So again, some of you are more risk averse. Maybe you cut it. You didn't take that. Maybe you took the 59. Either way, probably got stopped out on that little trade. Now we're just kind of floating back up here a little bit. We'll see what this number brings. Downside support down at the 52 area. All right, so we have Chicago PMI, and then we have pending home sales. Both of those are coming out here at now PMI in about 3 minutes. Again, those there's it's a subscription thing, so some of those things are people subscribe to them, so you have to keep that in mind as we continue to downtick here. A little bit of pressure on the market. Bonds, you can see, definitely floating down. It seems like we're following the bond market these days more than anything else. And again, if you're going to trade the 52, be careful here with the number coming out. If you're going to leave the order in there, keep it small. Don't trade too much. That way, if the number is way out of whack, we're not going to get run over. And if you're more risk averse, you're not going to level at all, only simply because we're right here on the number going to be released momentarily. There are always different ways of managing trades and getting into them based on your risk tolerance. So keep that in mind when you're trading. So there's a number, and we're coming right up against the level. So be careful here. Again, they might have got a leak on the number. That's why we're breaking already. Who knows? But whatever the case is, you're always going to have your stops in place, and you don't want to get yourself in too much trouble given how slow markets are these days. And we'll get the opportunity to get your money back. Might not be today, but we will get an opportunity. You just have to be patient. Trading is a matter of having the discipline to make sure you take your stops, one, and then secondly, make sure you are patient and wait for the next opportunity. All right, so right now, numbers coming out here momentarily. So again, the Chicago PMI usually comes out a little bit before, so maybe it already inched out, and that's why they kind of broke it down here. Next number we have is what do we got? Pending home sale. Yeah. No, we're just kind of hovering back here, kind of going nowhere fast right now. Made a nice little move down there, of course, down to 50. 4, and then rotated back up. Of course, I had 53 in there and didn't get that, so that's just that kind of day, missing them by just that much. And then you have to obviously make a little bit of an adjustment down there if you're more risk averse. All right, coming back here down to the lows. And be careful if you're going to get in at 53, only because of the price action. PMI was, of course it was, yeah, of course it was, they leaked the numbers. 55.8, they were expecting 46. So again, it's a good number, but good numbers are bad for the market these days. But obviously they didn't know about it right before, because they broke it down right before they released it to everybody. So they came down here, retested at 54. So a little bit careful there if you're going to. The 52 is a little bit more riskier, but it is what it is. So be a little bit careful there if you're going to trade it, and make sure you keep your stop in place. And maybe trade it a little bit smaller, because it's not as strong as it was 5 minutes ago, just because of the price action. Okay, there's the push through that 54, coming down here again. 52 is the level, but be a little bit careful. Goes down to 52.5. That's the kind of morning we're having right now. That's annoying. Okay, be a little bit careful here. Obviously, you would have liked to get that to 52 and a little pop, but we didn't get it. So if you're gonna trade the 52, it's obviously a little bit more trickier right now. We're just kind of morning we're having right now. So definitely adjust there too. Seems like the 53, they busted through the 53 and then miss our level and then pop it back up. That happened twice already. So be careful there with the 52. That's annoying. I said that twice already. Well, it is what it is. You have to make those adjustments. Again, if you kept them in there, you did good. Again, everybody has different risk tolerances. If you traded them smaller, adjusted your entry points, it's fine. If you didn't, it's fine too. Just wait for the next opportunity. All right, let's see here. Elon Musk in the biggest production launch of anything by far on the Earth this year. He's going to unveil his new Cyber truck. I don't know if you've seen that. Tesla's formal entrance in the pickup truck market with an electric twist. Production of Cybertruck has been delayed several times since being announced in 2019. While today's event will generate some big buzz, expect the company to only dole out the first 10 or so EV pickups. 10 of them. Yeah, there's one ugly car, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've seen pictures of it. I mean, it's just like those Hummers, when they first came out, they were just big, you made a statement when you got one of those cars. This is the same thing. It's like you buy one of these things, you're just making a statement that you got a little bit of cash and you're like, I can drive one of those. It is really ugly. It's just, I don't know who came up with this design, but all right. So again, we're just having one of those mornings again. So we definitely bounced off of the 52 area, but the way the price action was and the way that, some of you did stay in there. If you did, kudos. If you didn't, that's okay. Now the 52 is definitely a riskier proposition if we go back and retest as we nicely come back up here. But it is what it is. So if you did jump in, that's great. You got a nice rotation off of that area. If you didn't jump in, that's okay. I missed my entry point by a couple ticks one time, this time, and last time was a tick, so it's very annoying. But that's trading. Can't be perfect. That's why we try to scale in, scale out, but sometimes we make those adjustments in our scales because of the price action, and we're all right. But it didn't cost us anything, just missed opportunity. But that'll happen. See, crude oil futures continue to rise as OPEC and its allies are reportedly considering new oil production cuts as of March, which would be announced at the start of the cartel's high-stakes policy meeting. Saudi Arabia, which unilaterally cut the production by 1 million barrels in June, favors further cuts, while top African producer Nigeria and Angola reportedly have been resisting a downgrade of their own quotas. Delegates said that a rollover of most existing upward curves is most likely scenario, but talks are continuing. So the problem with that is that they keep cutting production. It's not only bad, well, maybe bad for us, but it's going to be. I mean, they need their money, and some of these countries are dependent on that revenue that comes from there, and they're not going to cut as much as they want to cut, and that's why we're having a little situation there in the oil market because they keep wanting to cut, and they say they want to cut, but some of them can't cut. All right, so nice rotation here against the 52 area, got down to 52 and a half, and nice pop back up. And again, if you adjust it a little bit, it's okay. We will have another opportunity at some point. We upside a little resistance around the 68 area. If you're a little aggressive. All right, we do have a number coming out here at 9 o'clock, top of the hour. This one is not leaked out to anybody. Yeah, don't joke about that. There was a story. One time there was a grain trader. You buy these contracts and these futures contracts, and they have, when you're buying an S&P 500 or S&P 200, you're buying a portion of 250 stocks, right? And so there was this grain trader one time who had this position on with a contract of 5,000 bushels of soybeans, and he let the contract expire, and he still had the position on, right? Well, if you let the contract expire and you still have the position on, well, now you own those soybeans, and the person who was delivering them, a farmer or whoever it was, had to deliver the soybeans. So he looks on the guy's, what's his address, and he delivered him 5,000 bushels of soybeans right to his front door, right to his front lawn, dumped them all on there. So yeah, don't joke about that there, Mike. They could dump that oil for you right on your front lawn. Yeah, that was before the age of computers and everything, where everything was double checked and triple checked, and alarms would go off if you have, if you shut down your computer and you have a position on your computer, will tell you. Well, this was before those days where maybe the accounting wasn't as complete and up to snuff, and the guy, they got 5,000 bushels of corn on his front lawn, or soybeans, whatever it was. Yeah, gotta be careful. I mean, obviously, if you have the position on, you have enough margin to cover your. I mean, 5,000 bushels of soybeans. Let's say at the time was probably about $5 a bushel. So 20. What is that? 25,000. Yeah. Still could have had 25,000 in his account. So he took it out of his account, paid for his soybeans, and boom, on the front lawn, there they are. Yeah. Again, doesn't happen as should not happen now, ever. Your brokerage house will definitely mention it to you way before the contract expires. That hey, buddy, you got to roll over your contract, or else you're gonna have a problem. All right, we do have a number coming out here momentarily. You can see how the ladder ticket has lightened up quite a bit. There's hardly any 100 lots up and down the ladder ticket here. So you always know that there is some kind of number to be released. So we are flat, a little resistance at 68, but a very aggressive if you're going to take it. Let's wait and see what this number does, then we'll go from there. If you're more risk averse, and just be a little bit patient here and wait and see what happens. Number is out. A little bit of a downtick. Again, probably a good number, right? Good numbers, bad for the economy, bad for a market. Kind of weird, but shouldn't be that way. But it's about how it's playing out right now because interest rates. You see what they did there. They kind of went up a little bit. Home sales are minus 1.5. They're expecting minus 1.9. So again, just a little bit bullish in regard to the numbers, and a little bit bullish, a little bit bearish for the market. Bonds on the lows, so they probably cooked that number in already. Like maybe they knew what? They knew what? They knew. What do you mean they knew? They don't know. Number was out just at 9 o'clock. How did they know? They know. They know. Goldman does not trade about 1,500 trading days and never have a losing day without knowing. Let's just put it that way. All right. All right, they're just kind of drifting a little bit lower here. You're going to take the 52. Be very careful because we just missed it. Probably looking at the 46 area. All right, so as far as numbers are concerned, that's it. And there's not even any auction today. So pretty about it. So we'll see what happens here. All right. All right, we're kind of drifting around here a little bit. You see a double top there against kind of our green band there. Anything above 66, a little bit bullish. No, they're not even talking today. They've been speaking so much lately that today they're taking a break. All these Fed governors. We're just chopping around here a bit. Again, patience is important. Right, market slowly dripping down back down here to this 52 area again. because we just missed our entry point by just that much. It's a little bit more tenuous if you're going to take the 52, probably compromise a little bit. Again, depending on how you got in, maybe you were able to take advantage of it or not. And if you did, great. And if you didn't, that's okay. We'll wait for another opportunity. On market all over the place. Yeah. They have the break is there, as you can see, but then they have these like big rallies. Those rallies kill you if you're a trader, right? You got a nice position on, you're short, and then all of a sudden they just in your face it. And then you got to decide, what am I going to do? Do I cover? Do I not cover? Do I stay short? You know, if you're a long-term trader, when you rally, you know what, half a point almost. It's a big move in the bond market. And deciding whether you want to try to stay short or not is a tough question. That's why we're just scalping. You don't have to worry about that. I mean, you got the same moves. Yeah, the moves are not as drastic as the S&P, at least not these days. The challenge is when those moves happen is you have to leave a stop in there. And the question is, where do you put your stop? Obviously, right? And you know, even if you look at the technicals, you know, there's a double top there, it busted through. So it forces you to get out sometimes. The markets just force you to get out. And that's what it does. That's the job of the market. The market is job is to let you cancel a good trade, right? Like we just did, or to get out of the trade when you have a good one on. You know, not too early. It's just what it does. Yeah, those are the hard questions. So we try to, you know, try to take the thinking out of it and keep your stop in. And if it's okay if we get stopped out, we'll have another opportunity. It's true. Nobody's gone broke taking profits. So nibble here and a nibble there, right? That's what we're trying to do. It's all right, Phil. You're here now. You're good. All right. Staying a little bit weak, staying underneath our blue band up there. Uh, Ash, maybe. I mean, I got maybe. Yeah, he lasted a long time there. Mr. Kissinger there, 100. A lot of people don't like him, but he did. He was definitely had the reign there for a bit. Yeah, it could be. He did open the door there to China, so but who knows? There you go. You're right there, Mike. Mike said it was partially responsible for China's rise, and then Pat comes in there and says China pays tribute to Kissinger's old friend, the Chinese people. He did look like he was dead 40 years ago.
So yeah.
All right, big range bound here. Anything above 66, you probably want to be out of any shorts if you're going to play the range game. All right, coming up here to the top of this little range we're at. If you're into anything above 66 out of any shorts. I guess OPEC just announced that they have agreed on $1 million, million million barrel per day cut, according to the delegates. It just came out like 20 minutes ago. All right, coming right up here to our new band here, just chopping around. Again, don't have anything here upside. Looking at 77. I think because I'm assuming, I don't know for sure, but maybe because they have other alternatives that they're not the only ones that have chips, and I think people are using their phones more. They're not using their computers. I mean, their phone is a computer, so I think there's, even though they are part of every computer, but the thing is that I think their numbers are kind of staying the same, because people, they'll go buy a computer or mainframe, or for your home, as often as they need to keep regenerating. I'm guessing. I don't know. All right, we're just kind of hanging up on the top end of this little range. Really nothing too excited about anything. Just kind of drifting all over the place. Yeah, they seem to be stock that everybody's going to be looking at. Let's see here. So I heard these were like the top stocks in for the A1 sphere. Microsoft is, and they're up to new highs, I think, and that's one company. Nvidia is another company with AI potential. Amazon is another one. Plan Plan Al Palantir, Palantir is another one, and the one that's really number one there in that AI sphere is C3.ai. Funny you said that because I got somebody gave me a list of these like top companies for the AI industry. Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Palantir, C3.ai. Supposedly those are like top companies in that sphere that are big in it and not promoting stocks. Just somebody mentioned something, and I just so happened I just saw it the other day, and I wrote them down. All right, just chop here. Nothing to get too excited about. Unfortunately. Well, that's good. All right. The market is kind of it wants it. I don't know what it wants to do. Just kind of just floating back and forth here, kind of going nowhere fast. I don't know if it's wants to hold this 52 area or if it wants to rally back up or just get us back into the same range we've been at since last Wednesday. Basically, we are literally in the same range we've been at since last Wednesday. Basically. All right, chop, chop, chop here. Sure, we can repeat the levels this morning. Our pivot this morning was 45.68. Support at 60, 52, 46, 38, and 28. Upside resistance at 77, 84, 91, 99, and 46.10. Sorry, yesterday's number. Sure. I sometimes don't read the little details. Yesterday's numbers. Pivot was 45.85. Pivot was 45.85. Support at 77, 70, 62, 54, and 46. And the upside were 92, 46 even, 10, 18, and 28. Sorry about that. All right, range bound it is. Unfortunately, I guess again, like I said, get into this range for the since last Wednesday. It's not going anywhere. All right, we're down here to these lows again. Next level on the downside we're looking at is a 46 area. All right, to kind of hanging here on the lows, went retested that 52 area, looking at the 46. Again, very, very choppy up there. They snuck right above the 66 and then came right back down. So that little area there kind of just holding. You look at the chat for those of you who might have missed the levels. They're in the chat for us. All right, we continue to slowly down tick here. The next area we're looking at is down at the 46 area.
You gotta go down so far.
All right, we're just kind of hovering here on these lows. Got down to 51 and change. And now we're just kind of hanging on the low part here of this little range that we're at. Downside supported there at 46. All right, they definitely pulled the plug on this little baby here a little bit. Just chopping around. And a little resistance up there against our blue band. It got inched up right above the 66 and it came back down. Just hung there for a bit. Now just coming down here, retesting these lows. What is that tight little range? About 10, 12 ticks, points. Sorry. All right, well, we've gotten back into this little range that we created for itself, so let's be a little bit patient here. 46, next downside area we're looking at. The upside, well, I would look at just the 77, even though there's some other stops along the way on the upside. But now that it's getting later in the afternoon, you know, it's going to get slower. So be patient and wait for, uh, something to happen, or wait for a level. I think we'll see what happens. But patience is important. All right, get back here in a bit.
you.